Android VPNs are a bit of a minefield. There are thousands of them on the Google Play Store right now, but barely any will do what you actually need. They can be packed with malware, they might log your browsing, or they might just be a proxy. So, which should you actually use? I'm Rob Dunn, VPN editor for TechRadar, and here are 3 VPNs I've been using every day on my Android device that you can actually trust. Surfshark is my #1 pick. It only costs $1.99 a month, but this doesn't stop it being a really good VPN. It's super quick, hitting speeds of over 1,000 megabits per second using WireGuard, and it even manages this over long distance too. OpenVPN was equally impressive, achieving just over 800 megabits per second, and again it showed no signs of slowing down over longer distances. It looks great, the app is the one I use the most day to day. They recently revamped the Android app, which for some people might be better, but for me it was a bit of a downgrade. You do still get, though, the same clean interface, the same quick access to features, and all the customization that you'll need if you're more used to VPNs. It doesn't give you quite as much explanation as Proton or other beginner-friendly VPNs, but it is simple enough that despite the number of features, you can pick it up really quickly. It's also packed with features. You not only get a full antivirus suite that you can use on your Android device, but you also get email aliasing, dark web alerts, email breach alerts, all these tools that are super helpful outside of what a VPN would normally do. Bear in mind, you do have to get a slightly more premium plan for complete access, but even then, these are often only a little over $2 per month. It doesn't have password management, which is quite a big gap. It also doesn't have cloud storage like you might get from NordVPN, but you can get the best of what's on offer with Surfshark's One plan. This is normally found at just over $2 a month. It's normally somewhere around $2.19, which is still a full dollar cheaper than if you just wanted basic VPN access from the likes of Nord or Proton. If you want to be super security focused, this is where the VPN does fall slightly short on Surfshark, especially when you compare it to the likes of NordVPN or Proton. It doesn't use quite as good encryption as those options, but frankly, you won't notice the difference. It's just that the number of keys it uses is slightly smaller than the others. Other than that, it has the best multi-hop out there. It uses what's called Nexus technology, which means that all of its servers are interlinked. This means your multi-hop connection can literally use any servers you want. As yet, I've not really found a reason to connect between 2 servers in, say, Australia and Azerbaijan, but actually it's really helpful, especially if you're in a region of internet restriction where you need a way to connect securely. Regardless, the security you're getting is great for the price. There's also a 7-day free trial, so you don't have to commit any money before you try it. If you really want to, it also still has a 30-day money-back guarantee. But our recommendation is the free trial. You can use it on your mobile, you can use it on any device you need, thanks to the unlimited connections, and you can try it from there. What I would say, and it'll be the same with NordVPN, make sure that when you sign up, you turn off auto-renewal. Both Surfshark and NordVPN have these highly inflated auto-renewal prices, and these will really kick you in the backside if you don't turn them off when you sign up. To do this, all you need to do is go into your account settings and turn it off. You can do this via the website, and it takes 30 seconds. Next, we come to NordVPN. We rate them as the best VPN overall right now, and okay, it's a bit expensive at somewhere around $3.39 a month, but for that you do get the best performance out there. It's super fast, and a lot of people think it looks great. If I'm honest, for me, I find it a bit cluttered, and they still use this map interface on Android that I've never quite grasped. It does look lovely, but I've never used it for finding or connecting to a server. In reality, the server list is probably going to be fine for most people, so the map just ends up taking up space. The best part for Nord, though, is its streaming capabilities. We tested it with a ton of streaming services, and it always performs better than any other VPN. With providers like Proton and Surfshark, they will do great, but now and again you'll find there's just something that goes wrong, be that a slight dropout, a little bit of a connection issue, or buffering that you don't want during a live event. With Nord, we never saw anything like that. It's worth noting though that it did struggle in the US with YouTube and with Prime Video in Australia, but these were ones that every VPN struggled with in our last testing. NordLynx is probably the reason behind Nord's success in this area. NordLynx is their proprietary encryption protocol. It powers effectively the whole app, and it's based on WireGuard, so it's super quick, super secure, and gives you everything you need there. You also get other protocols if you really need them. You have OpenVPN as standard, and you also have NordWhisper, which is NordVPN's stealth protocol equivalent. This is focused on obfuscation, but I recommend sticking to NordLynx if you just want good speeds and unblocking, unless you're in a country like China or Russia where you really need to focus on your security. The biggest reason so far that Nord doesn't top my list of Android VPNs is that you do lose a lot of functionality compared to Windows. For example, Threat Protection Pro, which is its big Windows antivirus option, doesn't work to its full capacity on Android. You get the basic version just called Threat Protection Lite, but this only works on a DNS level, filtering malicious sites and ads, but it's nowhere near as good. You lose somewhere around 40 to 50% of success here compared to Threat Protection Pro, and that's because it's only available on Windows and Mac and needs that bit of added capability. That said, you still get access to things like NordPass and MeshNet alongside its other features included when you choose plans from Plus and above. Finally, we have Proton VPN. Proton is a name you've probably heard because of Proton Mail, which has been around forever. Proton VPN on Android, though, is actually something that really deserves highlighting. It's among the fastest VPNs we've used this year on WireGuard, and it's more than fast enough on OpenVPN as well. OpenVPN only managed a little over 400 megabits per second, but luckily WireGuard is going to be more than fast enough for you at over 1400 megabits per second. With better security than some other VPNs as well, there's not much to worry about here. Loading it up, you get a really stylish interface that retains a good amount of simplicity for beginners, while retaining access to the more advanced tools if you know your way around the VPN already. Looking deeper, if you want to be really efficient with the app, there is loads you can do. Whether that's using profiles to create one-click connections, using specialized connections like Tor over VPN, or getting into the details of NAT type customization, DNS settings, and so on. The biggest drawback realistically is that it's not the cheapest. Without a deal, you're looking at it starting from around $3.49 a month. If you're lucky, it'll be down at $2.99, and of late, the lowest we've seen it is around $2.79. But remember, with any of the VPNs we've mentioned, this is always paid up front. So you're actually looking at paying anything from $70 upwards for Proton. On the flip side, its biggest win is security. More specifically, Secure Core. If you've used multi-hop or double VPN connections before, it's very similar to that. The only difference is that in Proton's case, it uses bare metal servers, locations in military bases and underground bunkers, all to add greater security to your connection and further reduce the risk of leaks. You get a good spread of servers. They cover somewhere around 188 locations right now. Some VPNs will have more servers, especially for specialized functions like multi-hop, but realistically in these instances, you don't need loads. And the ones from Proton work really well while removing the risk of any data leak almost entirely. Proton is also a Swiss company. This means it's got all the privacy laws you need to ensure that only the most stringent data requests are going to be let through. And even then, Proton's no logs policy means there's going to be no data to hand over regardless. So, for now, Surfshark remains my #1 VPN for Android. It's packed with features, it's fast enough for streaming, gaming or torrenting, and it's also super cheap. That said, if you're more focused on security, Nord or Proton will be a better option. Nord offers the best performance out there, especially with streaming services, while Proton offers a much better experience for beginners, all without compromising on the security factors there, or the customization options if you're more experienced with VPNs. Disagree? Leave your top picks in the comments below and let us know which VPNs you want to learn about next.